sometimes it's really important to take a step back and look the next 15, 20 years and make sure that we get a plan in place, and then folks like us help execute and outline that vision.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.
W3 Wealth Management, we're a full services financial planning firm. Really the core of what we do focuses on retirement planning. When we extrapolate that to our business owners, really focused on kind of outlining goals, but then using those goals really to dictate what's actually possible. A lot of the services we provide, I think it starts with a business owner succession planning, making sure we've got our T's crossed and I's dotted, and we get started early and often in that process. We help folks lean in, help connect folks, with other trusted advisors in the area. We're finance people solving finance problems, again, certified financial planners, but we always want to be working and connecting our clients with who we view as good attorneys, good CPAs, in the area to make sure we can help execute, needs that are a little bit more outside of our purview, right? I think that, one of the areas that we focus in on is buy-sell review in the process, right? You've got to plan for the what ifs, what if you pass away, what if you're disabled or sick, right? Can't run the business anymore. But really, we don't plan on any of that stuff. We plan to live and we plan to exit the business. So how are we going to do that, right? And then, how much do we think the business is worth? And maybe the bigger question is, how much do you and your family need to make sure that your retirement happens the way that you want it to. Family dynamics, right, comes to mind with a family business. I think just the nature of running a business, I think, can be a challenge in general. I think we do a lot of coaching on telling folks, okay, take a break from working in the business and let's work on the business for a minute. Right? Kind of step back, zoom out, and start looking at the next 10, 15, 20 years. I think one of the reasons so many business owners are so successful, particularly small companies, family companies, is because they hustle and they grind, and sometimes it's really important to take a step back and look the next 15, 20 years and make sure that we get a plan in place, and then folks like us help execute and outline that vision. Our niche more is on the family side, being in the Youngstown, Warren area, since before the 90s when Andy Moyer joined up with Ted Dumas. But our focus on the family side is really around the holistic nature, right? Not just what's going on today in your world, not just the investment planning, not just the retirement planning, but also particularly around businesses, the legacy side, because the business is oftentimes someone's legacy. Many owners, we find, want their business to continue to run successfully, when they're gone. So we help coach folks to do that. It's important for business owners to get started early, with the succession planning conversations. I know it can be, again, tough to take that step back, but when it comes time to exit, it doesn't happen overnight, and it does require planning. And I'd really encourage folks to make sure they connect their most trusted advisors so that the advisors can work together for the client.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.